All right. All right. I guess I'm live. It's been a while since I've done OBS, but things are looking better. I don't know. The color is so much different on in OBS and my dashboard than I'm seeing on the live stream on YouTube, but you're seeing probably a better image. Quality is much better. All right. I had to throw my light into it. uh, but it's a little darker now than when I was testing this out with Hangouts. So really, I just want to see if my Canon DSLR, through some software, could be used as a webcam, so that I could live stream with it. Really, what I wanted it for is it's way better than Google Hangouts. Is for Google Hangouts because I do a live podcast via that we record on Google Hangouts. And then, yeah, my face looks jaundiced. I need to fix the saturation or something. But hopefully, the audio is good. The audio is probably off. Everyone's saying it's better than before. So, what's happening is that Google Hangouts is really crushing the quality. And I pretty much already knew that. Now, I don't know if you're probably not going to get 1080 for some reason in OBS. I'm only pushing 1080, and maybe that's a limitation of the other software that I'm using to do this. The previous video has all the links to the software that I'm using to do this because I'm not capturing my screen or anything like that. I'm interfacing via USB, Canon software, CamTwist, and some other software as well. Audio is not off. It's way better here. Cool, because last time I used OBS, I had to really keep testing, and I had to a lot of trial and error to dial in a delay to fix the audio. So maybe it'll hold. It'll probably slip after a while. Who knows? Have you tried Wirecast? Yeah, Wirecast is awesome as well. I love Wirecast. It's a lot more money. OBS is free. OBS does what I need. I just don't do this type of live streaming enough, but otherwise I would purchase it. And I think there used to be a free version as well, but this does what I need. OBS works great, and I just wish I could fix the colors. I guess it looks okay, but the point is, I'm in focus. The background back here, wherever that is not. So that DSLR shallow depth of field look is brought here to the live stream. I just got an aperture. Lightstorm 120D is what you're seeing light me up right now. And I'm powering it via a V mount battery, which I didn't think would work. So about 65% of its full power. And it looks great. And I think I'm down to ISO 500 on the Canon and f4.5. So that looks good. Let me see if I can. I don't want to crank this out of the speakers. Let me crank this out of my own headphones so I can hear what you're hearing right now. Let me see if in the dashboard here. There we go. Okay. So the audio is matching. Audio sounds good. All right, turn that back off. I like it. All right, so that's good. Maybe something's been fixed, or maybe just the way this is set up, I'm not having the same sync issues. It was a webcam last time, so the webcam may have been causing those issues. I don't know, but I know we are. Let me see. Let me make sure there's nothing like super chats. I don't even know how to do super chats. I don't know if they're on or what's going on. I see super chats. I can pop out the I've been here before. I've done this. Hey Nick, what's up, man? Audio is synced for me. Cool. Nick, I'm using so the video I did before this, live on Hangouts, it's all there. But I'll let you guys know. I've got the Canon 60D and it is plugged in via USB into my Mac. And then you use the EOS utility software from Canon, just sort of to recognize the camera. Then I'm using this thing called Camera Live, and the links are in the last video. I'll update this video as well to include that. And that is then Camera Live is on. I got that off GitHub. Seems to be working good. This is all a tutorial that I saw online. And then CamTwist, and I guess Manycam on Windows would probably work. There's also there's another one in there if that Manycam doesn't work. So a couple different options. I had to scale up the video a little bit in CamTwist. For me, it was cropped. It had some bars on the side, wasn't 16:9. So there's that. But yeah, if I'm limited to 720 somewhere, and I know YouTube Live can do 1080. So I'm not sure what that's about, where that's happening. Check the settings in various things here. Maybe CamTwist. I don't know. So that's working. Anyways, let's see what's up. OBS is capturing the video. Yeah, OBS is capturing the video. It's also the you know, the not the switcher, although it can do that. It's what's streaming. It's the encoder that you need to do live streams via regular custom live stream YouTube lives. And so let's see, you can now do 4K. Cool. I to figure out where the breakdown is on that software. I have my Sony A6500 here. So the Sony A6500, which shoots 4K, if I got an HDMI capture card, I could output something like that. The whole key to this was using this with no hardware, because a hardware solution would make this easy. I go HDMI to hardware. Of course, on these Canon cameras, the Rebel series, the D series, you're not going to get HDMI into the hardware because it's not a clean HDMI. You got to go up to like a 6D or 5D Mark IV, something like that. Really expensive. Not something you want to do just for this, unless you were doing live streaming all the time. That was your setup. Hopefully, you're using the camera some other way. But there are cheaper ways to get clean HDMI out from Sony and probably Panasonic and stuff like that. You could probably put in Magic Lantern to like a 60D or a T2i or something, which I also have my T2i, which is what I'm going to use. And then you could probably get the clean HDMI. But maybe I'll play with that as well. But anyways, Matt, what's up? He's still so confused. Matt is still so confused. Sorry, man. Let me see what else is here. Let me get rid of this screen. I wish it looked like it did in the dashboard for OBS, but whatever. And I need to figure out what's up with the 1080, because I was able to stream 1080 before. So that has definitely happened. Stream options. Anyways, let me look here. I'm really curious. I'm going to check out the chat. Enable slow mode. Yeah, whatever. Let's see what else you guys have. This is way better than Google Hangouts, right? OBS. Cool deal. You have an AC adapter with your Canon 60D. Nope, I recharged the battery. The battery, this would probably give me an hour stream. Seems to do pretty well. Last time I pulled it off the shelf, I hadn't turned it on in 6 months. Had 50% battery and was able to stream. So maybe a fully charged battery. Yes, you'd want to buy. If you're going to do this on a regular basis, if I use this instead of a webcam for Podcasters Roundtable, I would buy the plug so that you can have a continuous power source into your camera from the wall. And can you show some lower thirds? Probably. There's lower thirds via OBS. I don't use them. I found they do weird things to videos sometimes. I can't remember the last time I used a lower third. Let's see. Is that even in here? Yeah. You know what? Somewhere in OBS, I could. Oh, you know what? I could do it in CamTwist, but that's gonna look cheesy. There's, you can do all kinds of stuff in CamTwist. Let's see what happens if I just do some weird thing like neon. Will it just do it? Oh yeah. Does that come out on the live stream? Don't know. We'll see. There's a little bit of delay. I'm not seeing that hitting. Oh, there it is. It did hit. So yeah, weird stuff. There's a ton of this stuff. I'm sure there's lower third in here. I've used it before. We could just go black and white. Yep, that's black and white. All right, so I won't mess around with that anymore. But yeah, you could do lower third in here. I'm trying to see if they have one just called lower third. I could put an image. Nick in the chat made a great lower third for me a long time ago. We could do image overlay. and then I'd have to find out how to upload that. But I'll stop bothering with that. What's up, Arthur? So, Matt, you have the what capture device are you using? It's all software. So that was why I messed with this. It's just software. Check the links in the last video I did if you want the links now for the software I'm using in the tutorial, or I will include it in this video. You have a Canon, the OBS, the YouTube, but what exactly do I need to get camera to OBS, EOS software, CamTwist, something else? Matt, definitely check out that tutorial. There's a video in there. The guy runs through it and he shows you exactly what to do. I followed that to a T and I got up and running. Uh, it's basically got to plug in your camera. We got to get all the software. You got to plug in your camera. You got to turn it on. Then the EOS app starts up. You got to close that, then open Camera Live and click on it. Make sure it's active, and then open CamTwist. Double click Siphon. That is how it's pulling in from this Camera Live, and you'll have your image. And then OBS will see CamTwist, and you pull up your video device, video capture device. You just make that CamTwist, and then you select your audio option after that. A good trick is not to press record on your camera. It will last for longer for live streams. Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely not recording on the camera. That'll give a lot more life to the battery. A lot of people are worried about the sensor getting burned out. I've seen a lot of comments, even on the last video already, that that's not an issue, that they've been running their Canon 5D Mark IVs for a long time without a problem, without having to worry about it. They've had no issues with that on really expensive cameras. And it's not going to get as hot. When I pulled this off last time, it was just warm. The camera will shut down if it gets in trouble overheating, but it was fine. It wasn't a big deal, and I'm not concerned about it, especially with my older Canons. I'm willing to just go ahead and try it. Hollywood Hills in the house. Whoa. What's up, Hollywood Hills? Looks super cool. Nice and crisp. Cool. What's up, Sebastian? A couple hours ago. Yep, I recognize the logo. How are you getting it to OBS? Check the links in the description or rewind a little bit. I just went through it. You probably heard that. Maybe chat is probably old now. Can you do YouTube, or can you do a tutorial on how to hook up smartphone to Behringer mixer for incoming, outgoing sound? I did. If you saw my iRig 2 setup, that's how I recommend doing it. Otherwise, you can just take a stereo cable out of the output of the headphone jack, stick that into your mixer. If you're just trying to get incoming sound, if you're going to try to send audio back, like in an interview setup or something, you don't want to send that incoming audio back to the person. You got to do a mix minus, blah, blah, blah. Check out my tutorial with the iRig, or at least my review, or I think it's a video is called Best Way to Take Phone Calls on Your Smartphone in Your Mixer, something like that. There's a Boss Jock tutorial. Yeah, it's very specific if you're using Boss Jock to record. I think I did that one more just to see how it'll work. It's not how I would typically record, especially rolling in live sound effects. I just don't think it's worth the trouble. I'd rather just do that in post. CMOS sensor lasts longer than CCD, so don't worry. Awesome. Good to know. Cool. Well, it's working. I'd rather have the color representation. Let's see if I can mess with. I don't think saturation will do it. Let's just try like a different color profile. All right, I switched out to neutral. Ooh, that looks brutal on my actual dashboard. We'll see what it does to the live stream as soon as it pops back on here for me. But it's probably going to be pretty. Yeah, it's just going to make me more orange. I'm not sure that's what's desirable. My skin tone is tough, but yeah, it's off. It needs to be white balanced better or something. I think it's on auto white balance. But whatever, I'll stick with that for now. Canon has the best color science. Yep, they do. I do love the Canon colors. Not exactly what's going on now because YouTube and Chrome is making things weird, but I've seen that a lot. Is there one for Android because BossShock is only iOS? Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to use it for. There's not a lot of that. type for Android. I think I have seen that in the forums before. If you're just looking for a sound cart, there's plenty of those for Android, I'm sure. Are you using a filter on your lights? We just have it turned down. The lights, it's I don't know, like 65%. Um, and it's a good, I don't know, 5, 7, maybe 6 feet, 6 feet away from me, 5.5 feet away from me. Yeah, no, never ever, Matt. Don't ever say that again. Is there a boot option here? Let me see. I can block Matt now. Wash your mouth out with soap, man. Are you using a filter? We talked about that. Yeah, no filter. You just adjust the light to if if with the aperture at 4.5, it's open fairly wide. My shutter is actually down to 1/40th of a second. Could be one, should be 1/50th, but doesn't matter for just me sitting here talking like this. You notice it here a little bit more motion blur, but nobody else is gonna. No, it's a joke. Yeah, not funny. Those jokes are not funny. I'm just kidding. Resist. Um. Anyways, I just wanted to test this and see if it would be any different via OBS. It is. I need to stop hitting my microphone. Boom arm. I've got it kind of going across my body here. It's not working out. But yeah, thanks everyone for helping me test this out. And I'll go watch the recording. Check with Switcher Studio. Yeah, there's so many things like that. Um, thanks. I mean, this does what I want, but what capture card? No, no capture card, Kyle. Check the video before. Actually, just rewind. I explained it. There's also a video that I did going to Hangouts instead of the custom setup live stream, and the quality's not as good. That's basically what's finding out here. But all the links to all the software. This is just software, and it's all there in the description. G7, yeah, you can use the G7 as far as I know. Probably even easier because it's probably clean HDMI. But again, this is not using any hardware, so it's all software. And I don't know if they have the same. They probably have an app that you can control your camera on the desktop. I don't know. You'd have to check it out. What do you recommend? Dynamic condenser mic for podcasts? Really depends, I suppose. I mean, a dynamic mic. It makes it easy. Um, yeah, I definitely recommend a dynamic mic. It's just easier for studios that are not typically studios. People recording at home. It's going to have generally, it's less sensitive and it's more about the polar pattern being cardioid in a really tight pattern and being close to it. And that's going to get you that more of that rejection. Condenser is more sensitive, so it might pick up different frequencies. It picks up more frequencies, so it could pick up more noise or more sounds in the distance, stuff like that. So, in general, I mean, condensers sound great. If you have the space for it and you like your voice on a condenser, go for it. But it's easy to go dynamic. Similar to Reco Live. Yeah, look, there's just so many pieces of software. Like, there's so many pieces of software, which is cool. It's cool that there's so many options. So I did check out something else, but it was for Windows. Someone recommended something Sharko Cam or something like that, and that was Windows only. And I'm on a Mac, so I'll check out those two. They probably sound like they're Windows based, but it's fine. Do you need a Shure SM7B or something close to sound less cost? You recommend? No, you don't need an SM7B. I do like that microphone. That microphone is going to cost you extra money just to be able to power it because you need a really good preamp and maybe even additional gear to give you extra gain to power that mic. This Hio 40 takes a lot of gain. Dynamic mics in general take a lot of gain, but the ATR 2100 is a $70 microphone. It's going to sound as good as this PR40 if you know how to use it. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a great sound. And of course, classic Shure SM58 is still a great microphone. It's going to sound great as well. Everyone sounds different on the same microphone, so you kind of have to find a microphone for you. But it doesn't have to be. Yeah, the AT2005 is the same mic as the AT2100. AT2005 tends to run a little bit more, and it doesn't have the lifetime warranty that the 2100 has. It looks better, but that's about the only difference. The grill and the on-off switch are about the only differences on that microphone, and the Samsung Q802, something like that, is also the same microphone. If you're in Europe and you can't get the ATR series, same microphone internally. They both sound amazing. I put it up against this PR40. You would and did some post processing. You would never know the difference. I love the quality for that, and it does XLR and USB dual output. Why I don't have a review of that on my channel, since I talk about it so much and recommend it so often. Um, I'm definitely going to need a review of that at some point because I love that microphone. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Um, Send a super chat. I can send a super chat to myself. Awesome. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for messing around with me again today on all these live streams. See you guys. Oh, now I got to figure out how to stop.